Everyone keeps talking about this big 2026 crash in Dubai. And the funny thing is, no one actually shows you the data behind the predictions or these podcast conversations. Let's just break it down properly because most people are mixing fear with the facts and they don't really understand how this market works. Let's start here. As you can see, in 2024, Dubai recorded 761 billion AD in real estate transactions. Deep that. That's the highest in its history. That's not speculation. This is real. It's recorded capital, right? At the same time, price indices for both the villas and apartments were still rising. Some segments even went up 15 to 17% year on year moving in 2025, right? Stay with me here. So if a crash was imminent, you'd already see the signs. See transactions volume dropping, you'd see foreign investment exiting, you see rental prices flattening, but none of that's happening. But look, let's be honest, is there risk? Of course there's risk, right? And this is where people usually think crash, but the reality is correction. Multiple analysts, including Reuters, had an interview with Fitch analysts, right? And they mentioned the possibility of a double-digit correction. So we're talking about 10 to 15% in the mass market. For me personally, high-density apartments, they might get it. Any segment sort of between 2025 and 2026, but not the entire market. The oversaturated pockets, with the areas with the weaker end user demand. Sort of where we see parts of JVC going at the moment. But here's the part that Instagram doesn't really talk about. Markets don't move as one unit. It doesn't work like that. Dubai's not just one city. It's a collection of micro markets. You've got villas, townhouse, beachfront units, branded residents. They're driven by scarcity. Scarcity generally responds completely different from how a supply-heavy segment's going to respond naturally. And then when you see the population grow by over 200,000 people in a single year and rentals still climbing, you can't get a citywide collapse. It's impossible. What you can get is you can get pressure on the low end and resilience. You can even get growth on the high quality side. But the truth is this, 2026, it's not a crash year. It's a year of separation, right? Cheap apartments with too much supply, they might soften. High quality, low density waterfronts, branded inventory, going to keep outperforming. The winners will be the people who actually understand the data, not the people that are shouting crash because they've watched the podcast or they've seen it on TikTok.